Surprise! Thought y'all was gone, huh? Thought I was disappeared. Finally off of YouTube, but no, I am very much alive, very much well, and I'm here to tell you why I haven't been streaming this whole week because I'm in the process of moving to another place. It's gonna be a one hectic ride for me, so I won't be streaming anything until the near the end of next month. But I don't want to leave you guys hanging. I really don't. So I decided to do something like this. This has been something I've been contemplating on doing for a good while because of my stuttering problem, but I want to give it a shot. I want to try. So here I am. For this little video, I'm going to tell you a little ghost story that I have been hooked on for creepypastas for a good while, and I thought maybe I should share something with you. Share something, a part of me that's, well, relatable to me, and who knows? Maybe you'll like it. This is usually for people who love horror and horror stories, campfire stories, or those who just want somebody to talk to them while they sleep. But that's why I'm here for. And today, I'm going to give you my first ever ghost storytelling. And now this story, this little creepypasta has been with me for 9 years. It's the very first creepypasta that got me hooked into the creepypasta world, and now I want to share that with you. It's a little story about a little town in Kansas. I hope you guys are ready. Sleep, tuck in, grab yourself a snack, grab a partner, because it's about to get very, very spooky. For I'm about to tell you about the story of the disappearance of Ashley, Kansas. Let's begin. The Disappearance of Ashley, Kansas. Written by Coaster Kid 93. Sometime during the night of August 16th, 1952, the small town of Ashley, Kansas ceased to exist. At 3:28 a.m. on August 17th, 1952, a magnitude 7.9 earthquake was measured by a United States Geologic Survey. The earthquake itself was felt throughout the state and most of the Midwest. The epicenter was determined to directly under Ashley, Kansas. When state law enforcement arrived on what would have been an outskirt of a farming community, they found a smoldering, burning fissure in the earth at the earth measuring 1,000 yards in length and approximately 500 yards in width. The depth of the fissure was never determined. After 12 days, the statewide and local search of a missing 679 residents of Ashley, Kansas was called off by the Kansas state government at 9:15 p.m. on the night of August 29th, 1952. All 679 residents were assumed to be dead. At 2:27 a.m. on August 30th, 1952, a magnitude 7.5 earthquake was measured by the United States Geologic Survey. The epicenter was stated on the location of Ashley, Kansas. When the law enforcement investigated at 5:32 a.m., they reported that the fissure in the hole had closed. In the 8 days leading up to the disappearance of the town and its 679 residents, bizarre and unexplainable events were reported by dozens of residents of Ashley, Kansas, and law enforcement from the surrounding area. On the evening on August 8th, 1952, at 7:13 p.m., a resident by the name of Gabriel Jonathan reported the strange sight of a sky above Ashley. The town itself have no official branch of law enforcement called into the police station of the neighboring town of Hayes. Gabriel reported what appeared to be a small black opening in the sky. Within the next 15 minutes, the Hayes police station became overwhelmed with dozens of phone calls, all reported the same phenomenon. The phenomenon was never reported by any neighbor of the communities. A decision was made to send a trooper to Ashley, Kansas, to investigate the matter of the following morning. At 7:54 a.m. on the morning of August 9th, 1952, Hayes police officers Alan Mace radio for Hayes police station. He reported that, despite following the one-way leading to Ashley, he had become lost. According to his report, the road connecting along its normal path but somehow ended back in Hayes. Officer Mace went on to add on the road never curved or bent in any direction. At 9:15 a.m., 7 of the town's 10 police cars were sent to investigate the situation. All members of the team came to the same conclusion. The only road leading to Ashley stopped leading into Ashley, but instead led back to Hayes. Phone calls continued to pour into the Hayes police station. All reports of a black opening in the sky continued to grow in size. All callers were advised to remain inside and not to travel outside unless absolutely necessary. At 8:17 p.m., Miss Ellen Cater reported her neighbor, Mr. and Mrs. Milton, and their 2 children, Jeffrey and Brooke, missing. According to Miss Cater's phone call, the Miltons attempted to leave town in their family car early in the evening. They never returned. Law enforcement officials have Hayes never reported the car or individuals coming up in the one-way road. At 7:38 a.m. on the morning of August 10th, 1952, phone calls from Ashley into Hayes Police Station reported that the town was in total darkness. The sun had never risen. At 10:15 a.m., at the request of Hayes law enforcement, a helicopter from Topeka, Kansas, flew over the region of which Ashley, Kansas stood. The town was never observed from air. At 12:43 p.m. on the afternoon of August 11th, 1952, Miss Phobia Daniel Whiskey called into the Hayes police station. She reported that her daughter Erica had begun to have conversations with her father, who died 3 years prior to a drunk driving incident. To add to her concern, Miss Daniel Whiskey reported that Erica was attempting to go outside into the dark to join them. Over the course of the next 12 hours, a report 329 phone calls were placed into the Hayes police station. All described a similar phenomenon when the children of the town. The following morning of August 12, 1952, the station became dire. During the middle of the night, all 217 children of the town of Ashley, Kansas, disappeared. A reported 421 phone calls were placed into the Hayes Police Department. Unable to be any of useful assistance, Hayes law enforcement instructed all callers to remain inside and to avoid any of all attempts to find the missing children. At 5:19 p.m. on the evening of August 13th, 1952, Ashley's elderly man, Scott Lunson, reported a growing, distant fire to the south. According to his description, the fire seemed to turn into distant black into bright red and orange that seemed to extend high into the sky. Although the rest of the day, calls continued in, stating that the fire, in addition to moving north, now seemed to come out of the black sky. No fire was never witnessed by any of the neighbors' communities or law enforcement officials. The report continued until 12:09 a.m. on the morning of August 14th, 1952, the last phone call placed by Mr. Benjamin Andy Scott, reported that the fire in the sky had grown so instant that it began to appear as daytime over the town. The phone call ended abruptly from the phone call placed by the Benjamin Sherman Edgecott. Benjamin: "Just hold on, wait." Continued silence. Benjamin continued: Yeah, I see something. It's to the south. It looks like..." The end phone call. The next phone call wouldn't be placed until the following evening. From the following is a retired description of the final phone calls that were received in Hayes Police Department out of the town of Ashley, Kansas. It was placed at 9:46 p.m. at the evening of August 15th, 1952. In the record phone call, the officer on duty is Officer Peter Welch. The caller has been identified as Miss April Foster. Beginning phone call. Officer Welch. Hayes Police Department. Muffled static. Officer Welch. Hello? Foster. Yes. Yes, hello? Officer Welch. Ma'am, who am I speaking with? Foster. My name is April. April Foster. Please, sir. Please help me. Officer Welch. What's happening, ma'am? Foster. Last night they came back. Officer Welch. Ma'am, I'm going to need you to, Foster. Last night they all came back. Officer Welch. Ma'am, I'm going to need you to calm down and speak clearly. What happened? Who came back? Foster. Everyone. Officer Welch. Everyone? Foster. They all came in the fire. Officer Welch. What do you mean, everyone? Foster. My son last night. He was walking down the street. He was burned. Jesus Christ, he was burned. Officer Welch. Ma'am, he died last year. I raised him since he was a baby. He was just me and him. I told him to watch out for cars when he rode his bike, but he never wanted to listen. Ma'am, what are you saying? Does it make any sense? You said everyone came back? Are you fucking listening to me? Everyone came back. Everyone who died or went missing, they came back. And they're looking for us. He said, Mommy, I'm okay now, see? I can walk again. Where are you, Mommy? I want to see you. Ma'am, where are you now? Are you safe? I'm hiding, just like everyone else. We saw them coming through the fields, and some people opened their doors to them. God, the screaming. I don't know what happened to them, but their houses caught fire, and they caved in. I have my curtains down. I have them drawn. I'm hiding in the closet right now, and... Ma'am, is everything all right? Are you okay? Ma'am? Glass breaking. Oh my God. Ma'am, something came in. Ma'am, stay as quiet as you can. Don't make any sound. Mommy? Mommy? He came inside. Stay absolutely still. Don't leave. The sounds of the muzzling footsteps, of a familiar voice muffled. Mommy? Mommy, where are you hiding? Stay quiet. Sounds of heavy footsteps and laughter. I found you, Mommy. After that, you can hear the gustling scream of the woman known as April, who has been unknowingly been captured by this entity that's assumed to be her son. The only thing you could hear was the chilling screams of pure horror and terror through the other side of the phone. Officer Welch. Ma'am? Ma'am! The end of the phone call. The following morning at 6:55 a.m., the law enforcement officials of the Hayes Police Department arrived at the location of Ashley, Kansas. A smoldering, burning fissure in the earth was all that remained.